Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video, the third video of the World Through My Eyes series, I am going to be talking about marriage. Now, instead of it being just a kind of a rambling on, I'm going to talk about specific points. And I think what I'm going to call this video is the 10 things you should know about marriage. And this is a good video to watch if you are about to get married, if you are already married. And this is, I haven't really read about this, it's just my personal experience having been married for 9 years. If you want to know more about my marriage, watch my last video, which I'll link up here, and we'll talk about my marriage. So anyway, the first thing is marriage is not what you see in the movies. We've watched a gazillion of movies, and if you really focus on it, the story evolves always about getting the girl or the guy. Rarely talks about what happens after they've got married. And sometimes when they do, they just give a kind of a taste of what it is, but it doesn't really go in depth. And we, especially us ladies, seem to think that marriage is all lovey-dovey, romance, flowers, and you know, all that. But it isn't. You have to face the fact that you are married, you have responsibilities, and of course, with the love, the romance, there comes the other side, which is the arguments, and you disagree on things, and it's all about marriage. But there's the good, and of course there's the bad, which is not, I mean, really bad. It's just the plus and the minus of everything, the yin and the yang, you know. So that's just one thing you have to be prepared for mentally. Marriage is hard work. Now that you are married, or you have the person that you want to be, don't expect that because you have that person, then khalas, you are, you know, going to be together for life. Inshallah, you will be, and that's your plan. But you have to realize that, like in every relationship, you have to work at it, especially marriage, because it's a man and a woman. And we, as you know, are totally different in the way we think, in the way we react to things, and what we expect of each other. We need to really put in the work. It is hard work, but it is so rewarding. So just be prepared for that. That not because you are married, then that's it, he's my husband, la 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 la. No, he is your husband, yes. You have to, I don't know how to say this, you just have to work at it. And this goes for both him and you. Dania حبيبتي شوي شوي انزين. Okay. Third thing I wanted to talk about is know who you are and what you want. Maybe this should have been the first one, but anyway. You have to know who you are as a person, what you like and dislike, what you look for in a partner. Just a moment. سويتيهم بالألوان يا سلام ما شاء الله رتبتيهم شطورة okay. So yeah, you have to know what you want, and because if you don't know what you want and you are with a person and then you realize that's not what you want, then there's nobody to blame but you, because you should have known what you wanted. Number 4 is marriage is give and take. You don't give and get nothing in return because you feel that it is unfair, and then as well you don't be the opposite of that, and you just don't take and not give in return because it's very unfair. Marriage is about compromise. You will have to basically make it work. You have to compromise. There are some things you might not want to do, but you do it because of your husband, and vice versa. There are things he might not want to do, but he does it because of you. And it's all about finding the balance between that. Number 5, no marriage is perfect. We see all these couples and we think they are happy, and they could be happy, but I refer to my, what point was it? Second point, which is marriage is hard work. Everybody has, no marriage is absolutely perfect. There are things within personalities or the people that happen, and you don't know what happens behind closed doors. You expect people to be happy, and then you kind of hear they separated or they got divorced or whatever it is. So don't assume that because what you see is what it actually is. It isn't. But you just have to realize that we are living this life, and we are living for the afterlife. So what we have is not perfect, but we make it work. We try our best to commit to one another, to be true, and to just be together. Respect. Respect is not only something I'm stressing in a marriage, it's a quality or a value you have to have when you deal with anybody. No matter how old or young they are, they need to be treated with respect. So even in a marriage, I stress on it even more, because a husband and a wife need to respect each other in order to live together. If you don't respect one another, then it's very difficult to be able to maintain this marriage. Marriage is celebration. Two families join together, and each family is kind of gain a member of the family. One gains a son and the other gains a daughter. And that is a cause of celebration. But what tends to happen sometimes is when one goes to the other, say the wife goes to the husband, he pulls her deeper into his family, and he tends to ignore her family, or vice versa. And that's just not what marriage is. You don't marry just the guy and grab him, or he marries the girl and takes her away from her family and not meet her family, go out for family outings. It's just not right. The girl will feel kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. So you need to keep in mind that when you do get married, you have to give time to his family as much as you give time to him. You give time to his family, go out with his mom, his sister, create that bond with his father as well. He is, a bit like your father. Just create that and mean it. Don't just do it because this is what you're supposed to do. Actually mean it. Communicate. Communication is like essential. We are humans, and not only are we humans, we are two different human beings. One is male and the other is female, and we both know we are not alike. We don't think the same. We do not act the same. Especially women, we want men to understand us, but they usually don't, and we don't understand men. And the way to kind of break down that barrier is through communication. The guy won't understand what I want if I don't communicate. I just, get angry or upset. You have to let him know why you are angry. What is it that you didn't like? You have to communicate. It has to be honest, respectful, and maybe when you do that, it will show some empathy, and the guy can, or your partner can, understand what you are going through and kind of sympathize and understand what he could have done better, and vice versa. Forgiveness. You have to be able to forgive one another. You will make mistakes, but you learn from your mistakes and you move on. That's the joy of mistakes. That's the purpose for making mistakes. You make a mistake to learn that you've made someone unhappy, or you shouldn't have said something, and you know that you don't say it again, but you have to be able to forgive one another to be able to live together and to be able to continue living together, basically. The last thing I want to talk about is and the most important thing is about love. Tell your husband, tell your wife that you love them every single day. And I don't just mean by telling them the words I love you, actually show them. There are little things that you can do that shows that person how much you appreciate having them in your life, and that without you or without them, your life wouldn't be complete. I'm getting mixed up here. And it's not by buying extravagant gifts, it's about simple gestures. And I can't tell you what those gestures are because everyone is different, every relationship is different, but I'm sure you will know how to communicate and show your love to that person, because they're here today and they might be gone tomorrow. So take this opportunity to show them how much they mean to you. And I end this video by thanking you so much for all your support in my last video and your du'as. Alhamdulillah, I am blessed to have you as in my life. I feel so privileged to be able to do YouTube videos, to have people who support me, in this journey. Last thing I want to say, I wish, if you haven't found somebody to, you're not with somebody, inshallah Allah will bring you the perfect person. Just trust in him. If you've been waiting, or if you're going through a divorce or whatever it is, just be patient and have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's a reason why you are where you are, and just trust in Allah that everything will sort out. For all those who are married, I wish you many, many years of happiness with your spouse, and inshallah not only will this marriage last in dunya but also in akhirah. I don't know how to end this video. But thank you so much again for watching. I shall see you all in my next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.